We're here at Schneider Arena in Providence, Rhode Island, where the Providence College men's hockey team is coming off of their first NCAA national championship. We'll go behind the scenes as Coach Lehman's team will stand and watch the banner being raised into the rafters and begin their pursuit for the next one. I'm Joel Idelson, and this is New England Hockey Journal. When the ghosts of a storied past cast a long and prominent shadow, the journey to forge a new identity can feel overwhelming. When those ghosts feature the names of Lou Lamoriello, Brian Burke, and Ron Wilson, all luminaries in USA hockey circles and all with distinguished professional hockey credentials, you may question how much further you can go. 4 years ago, when an upstart young coach named Nate Lehman was hired to resurrect the Providence College Friars, he knew the task in front of him. A school with a tradition of producing distinguished hockey alumni had produced no national championships and only 3 Frozen Four appearances, the last in 1985. So how does a tiny private school in Rhode Island become a respected national hockey program? By creating a culture of expectations and accountability, and building your foundation for success not just on your strengths, but also on your perceived weaknesses.
Well, I think there's a lot of advantages and your disadvantages. You know, I think there's a lot of hidden advantages that build winners, that build winning teams, and all your disadvantages that you have. And it goes back to that mental toughness and being able to, to work through some adversity there. And, every time you make these little steps through adversity, your team gets stronger, and they get stronger, and they build up for big moments. When you start real low, your team has to work through some things, and the more they work through it, the more they stay with it, they're able to have a lot of success down the road.
Coming here to Providence College, I kind of saw the program Coach Lehman was building, and I felt that this is something that was going to happen. We wanted to be a program that not only is going to win one national championship, but can be in the running for multiple national championships, and is always that team that people have to circle on their calendar saying, oh, we're playing Providence tonight. So I think that it's been a really good transition since Coach Lehman came here. He's really set the benchmark for us, and really it's been a really good time so far.
I think we were able to sell a very good education, and obviously playing in what we feel is the top league in the country in Hockey East, and so right off the bat you have something you can sell. Now the third thing you have here is you have great tradition.
Come on, move your feet back! Move your feet! Work! Work!
All these great people that have come through your program and have had successful careers beyond college.
We're just going to do half ice breakouts, gray here, black here, okay? All right, I want the D starting all the way back here. Coach is going to put a puck in, okay? Coach is putting a puck in. D, sprint for that puck, okay? Flow, that last one, you coasted all the way in for that puck, okay? Let Tate catch up to it. All right, sprint back for that puck, okay? Sprint back for that puck.
But also, this was in the bottom 50 in the country, when our staff came in. So we realized there was a lot of work. This wasn't something that a new coaching staff was going to come in and take over, and in year one, we're going to have 20 wins. We had to work through some things, and I think one of the biggest things we were able to sell is opportunity. We knew there was going to be a great opportunity for guys to come in and play right away.
It comes down to Nate Lehman. He had a vision, he had a goal that he kind of put forth. And obviously they were in a rebuilding mode when he came here, but he had a vision and he had a goal that he wanted to accomplish with certain pieces. Unfortunately for me, he looked at me as one of those pieces, and it worked out. To have a vision to be a successful program continually and win a national championship, who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
It's based on high standards. We just want to be a program that is always chasing excellence, is always going out and is a really mentally tough team. The big thing is that circumstances can't matter to us. We got to function, we got to get jobs done, and and working as a group. And I think if you're within our culture, with our high standards that we have as far as work ethic, as far as how we practice, how we play the game, how we conduct ourselves, I think it kind of breeds a lot of mental toughness. It breeds a lot of attributes that guys can use beyond hockey.
It's obviously challenging when you have such a high standard, but it's also easier because every guy on the team knows that standard and knows that every day when you show up to the rink, you gotta work hard. And it really started with Coach Lehman when he came in. He just set the expectations so high for the team, and it's kind of just filtered throughout the team, which has been great and kind of made the captain's job a little bit easier.
I'm here with Wack at Monkey Sports in Norwood, Massachusetts. And Wack, I know you've been waiting your whole life to talk about this.
At least till 8 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, whole life, 8 a.m.
This is where people come for anything and all things goalie. There's really no place like this anywhere. Thank you. Goalie's overwhelming for people that don't really know the position or young goalies that want to get into it, and parents like, where do I start with this stuff? And we really do our best to try to dissect a lot of the myths and what do I need to get into it and what am I getting myself into. The thing that really jumps out to a lot of people are pads, just like pads alone.
Yeah.
So there's really two schools of pads when you're thinking about, what are my options? Every brand or every vendor makes variations on these. This is a hybrid pad. It's a traditional pad. Knee rolls, soft construction, soft face. This is for a goalie that wants a ton of mobility, doesn't want to be hindered in his or her movement in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
That compliancy we talk about, it's you're the driver, you're playing the pad isn't playing you.
So this is not considered a stiff pad. This has much more flexibility.
Exactly, okay. So
what about something like this?
Something like this is a butterfly pad or a box pad or a flat face pad. There's all kinds of names for it. But anytime you see that smooth, consistent face, again, that word consistency comes into play. This is a goalie that's playing 95% of the time in the down position. So pads like this, lateral movement, we're going east to west, and it's all about you're a pinball machine. That puck is hitting your pad, especially in the shin, and flying right into the corner. This is a goalie that's more about playing in a coverage, kind of a stop, drop, and block style. I see younger goalies excel in these sort of pads because their hips haven't woken up to the fact that this is a nightmare position to do to your body.
Right. So if you're just starting out, it's not about what looks great, it's what fits you as
how's
a
your
player.
style?
Okay.
How's your style? So
if you guys are interested in goalie equipment, I'm telling you, you got to come down here to Monkey Sports. And if you want to talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about,
talk to him. Talk to that guy.
FMC Ice Sports. What's your dream?
Shot, score! Open, score! In front of Jankowski, shot, score! He wins the faceoff, Tanev, shot, score! Little Rhodey, big man on campus!
How would you like a lifetime of frozen memories in your own backyard? Nice Rink brings you those experiences and memories with your very own backyard rink. Imagine stepping out your back door into the crisp winter air. Walking past your warm, glowing fire pit under the blanket of a starry winter sky. And onto your very own untouched marble ice that's yours to carve. So what are you waiting for? Join in the fun of having a backyard nice rink this year and frozen memories for years to come. Call or visit us online to start creating your frozen memories today.
I'm here with Sean Kennedy from FMC Ice Sports, and we are at the Cronin Memorial Rink in Revere, Massachusetts, where Sean is going to talk to us about proper edge control.
That's right, Joel. We're going to talk about edges, why they're important, how we can build speed through turns, and proper stick placement during those turns.
Love it. Let's go do it.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, so I see 4 cones set up. Obviously, edge control is important, But why is it so important to a hockey player?
So hockey is a game where the puck is constantly changing directions. In order to keep up with that, you need to turn. And the tighter you can turn, the more edge control you have, the quicker you can catch up to the play.
What are you doing with your stick?
You want to make sure that the stick leads you in the turn. So as you go around the cone, the first thing going around the cone should be your stick.
Let's see it.
Sure.
You know, Sean, hockey players always want to focus on stick handling and dangling, but you can't forget the importance of skating.
Yeah. Oftentimes players will ask me, how can I get to the next level? What's going to prepare me for that? And every time I say skating. Edges is a huge part of that. We want to be able to turn, keep up with the play, build speed through those turns, and get to the puck quicker.
So what can these guys do to work on this stuff on their own?
So during any of our public sessions, I would encourage them to come out. We have cones set up here, but they can certainly use the face-off dots as, reference points to work on their edges. Or during one of our stick time sessions, they can certainly bring the cones out and work on it that way.
Sounds great.
It took Nate Lehman exactly 4 years to deliver what so many before him couldn't. On April 11th, 2015, 30 years after the school's last trip to the Frozen Four, the Friars shocked perennial power in Hockey East foe Boston University for the national championship. The dream turned reality played out just an hour north of Providence at TD Garden in Boston. Surrounded by the customary clutter and disarray of strewn equipment, confetti, and joyful bedlam, one might think Lehman's mission was complete. But the Centerville, Ohio native doesn't work that way.
Well, it can't change anything. I mean, you know, that was the first meeting we had after we won the national championship. We brought the guys in, and a week after we won it, and we showed a short video, and we had a long talk about how hard it was to get to that point and how much work we had to do. And we reminded them of the morning workouts, reminded them of the hard practices, reminded them of the hard lifts and some of the hard skates sometimes, just to kind of remind them that, oh yeah, like, we can't take a summer off. We have to get right back to work.
I think just like last year, the bar is set high. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we watched a short video on the Seahawks and how they responded from when they won the Super Bowl, and their motto is kind of being the hunter and not being the hunted, and I think it worked out great for that team. They were one play away from winning 2 Super Bowls in a row, so I think we can kind of take that lesson and you know, we know that we have the target on our back, and every night we got to play our A game.
You know, the big thing is just taking it one day at a time, trying to find ways to improve one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. And I think if you make a lot of little small improvements, then, you know, big things can happen. So, you know, that's kind of the focus is we've got to a point where we're close to the peak, and we want to stay here, we want to sustain it. We know it's going to be tough. Guys, I will post the lineup tomorrow morning. Okay, I'll post the lineup tomorrow morning. Just got to be sharp tomorrow night, ready to work. Just remember the video, okay? The scouting reports will be in your stalls, and the protocol's in your stalls also. So know the protocol, okay? Know the protocol. You're going to have a little bit longer break here from your warm up to going out there, okay? Let's go. First home game of the year, okay? First home game of the year. You're going to have a packed house.
The benchmark was set last year. I think it's set every year, whether you end up winning a national championship or not. That's obviously the ultimate goal. So I think it gives us, the guys in the room, some confidence, more so than other teams, since we were able to accomplish it last year, that it's attainable.
So I'm here with Charlie Coyle from the Minnesota Wild, and of course a Weymouth native. Charlie, tell us what we're going to talk about today, because I understand you want to talk about lower body.
Yeah, lower body definitely. Hockey's mostly played, for the most part, lower body's important. Yeah. Staying low to the ice and straightening it out. So I think we're going to do an exercise called dumbbell split squats, and good for explosiveness and one-legged stuff on the ice.
Can we see how it's done?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, so we are doing the dumbbell split squats, right?
Correct.
All right, can you show us how this is done?
Sure.
You got a 50-pound weight here, right?
Yeah, 50-pound weight. This one is a goblet style, so you hold one dumbbell like this. You want to always be athletic in your form, so when you get in, you do legs like this. Want to keep your back straight.
So your heels off the ground.
Heels off the ground at the back.
Okay.
Go down slow and controlled. Make sure your knee is not over your foot there.
Okay.
You want to stay nice and athletic and come up. Always stay in control.
Where are you feeling that right now?
That's in your legs right here.
Okay, you feeling that in your back as well?
Try to keep straight back so you're not putting too much strain on your back and stuff like that, and just slow and controlled like this. And
you take a pause up top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little one and right back down again and explosive up.
All right, so that's obviously a good exercise for the legs, right? So you did some serious leg work. Why is that so important, right? So hockey's all about legs.
Yeah, it's huge. And the most important part of that was the one-legged stuff. You're doing that mostly one leg, and hockey, when you're striding it out, you're usually on one leg at a time. And so that exercise is huge to build that muscular strength in each leg and do it individually.
If you do that right, you can feel that burn, right?
Oh, definitely.
That's
100%.
what we're going for.
Shot, score! Open, score! In front of Jankowski, shot, score! He wins the faceoff, Tanev, shot, score! Little Rhodey, big man on campus!
FMC Ice Sports. What's your dream?
We are the largest source of premium hockey training equipment worldwide. We are well stocked with the newest skill building product innovations. We are HockeyShot.com, the spark that ignites your game. With the tools for faster hands, harder, more accurate shots, and the source for on-ice and off-ice training. From shooting pads and rebounders, to training pucks, and stick-handling balls, synthetic ice and flooring tiles. We are Hockey Shot. No limits, more ice time. Your game taken to the next level. HockeyShot.com.
So I'm here with Julie Nicoletti from Kinetic Fuel, and Julie, today we want to talk about the importance of hydration.
Right.
So hydration for performance.
Yes. So hydration is probably the single most important thing that a hockey player can do to enhance their performance and to reduce their risk of injury.
Really?
So when a player is fully hydrated, they are faster and they are stronger. At 3%, approximately 3% dehydrated, a player is 8 to 10% slower and 10 to 12% weaker.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
What about in terms of preventing injury?
So the body will always sacrifice muscle performance to regulate your core body temperature. It's more important that your brain and your spinal cord and your organs stay at a set temperature. So your body, the muscles are much more likely to tear, strain, pull, prematurely fatigue or cramp if you're not fully hydrated. And actually, muscle cramps are one of the symptoms of dehydration.
Really? All right, so what are some of those other signs of dehydration that we should look out for?
Right, so sometimes it's a headache or nausea, dizziness, blurred vision, GI upset. There's also that scenario where you get the chills and you're clammy, but you've stopped sweating.
Okay.
Your skin is cool.
So when we're on the bench, a sports drink will work?
Yep, so that's basically players' preference.
Okay.
Some people prefer water straight through the game. Others prefer some sort of sports drink to replenish both electrolytes and to give them a little bit of added energy for the last minutes of the game.
Okay, so there are times we need a sports drink or we need to replenish beyond water.
True.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so water or a sports drink, it really depends on the situation, right?
Exactly. It depends on the situation and the player. For a player getting a lot of playing time, who's sweating more, perhaps a sports drink would be a better option, something with electrolytes and carbohydrates. if a player isn't getting as much time or doesn't sweat as much, or perhaps wants to make sure that they don't get any GI upset, water would be a perfect option.
All right, so either way, if you want to play your best, just stay hydrated, right?
Exactly.
All right.
On this Friday evening in October, the Friars are hosting their season opener against Holy Cross. Over the years, Schneider Arena has undergone a massive renovation. But like the game of hockey itself, sometimes things aren't quite right without paying attention to the little details. On this night, Providence College will raise its lone championship banner, just off center from the home bench. You might say it's the finishing touch to the renovation, the piece of art that makes the room. For the seniors on this team, they have seen it all. They were among the earliest recruiting classes in Lehman's tenure. They were sold on the vision, the dream, the hard work, and the reward. To see it play out this way is nothing short of extraordinary.
I think from the moment Friday morning starts, I think each and every member of our team is gonna be ecstatic, be excited. There's gonna be some sort of adrenaline rushing through our body. Seeing that national championship banner raised and being its first at Providence College represents a huge step for the program, but more importantly for the community.
It's going to be a really cool feeling, that's for sure. It's going to be special. It's kind of closure for what we did last year to see it in that, see that banner in the rafters. You know, the first one, which is something that's really special for us. How we could bring that to this school, because we know it's been a storied hockey program here for a while, back in the Lou Lamoriello days and everything. And for us to be the first to put a banner in the stands, it's going to be really special for us.
And it's not a 2-minute game, it's not a 5-minute game, it's not a 10-minute game, it's a 60-minute game, okay? So let's not get too high, okay? Let's not get too high, let's not get too low. 60-minute game, and we gotta win one shift at a time, all right? We're focused on that first shift. Mark, you guys are starting, okay? 6 and 16, all right? Ellie and Net, let's win that opening draw, let's get after it. We're moving our feet tonight, okay? Moving our feet, working. Let's go here.
Now the benchmark for excellence has been set, and the pursuit continues. Lehman knows the work gets harder as the hunters become the hunted. But in his customary way, he sees the perceived disadvantage as his trump card.
Well, we got to stay in the process. That's first and foremost. I mean, it's a different year, a different team. Everyone's got a different team. And I've told the guys from day one, we're not defending anything. We're pursuing the next one. They're not taking the trophy for us. It's not the Stanley Cup where they take it back. This is our trophy. We won it. But now we want to pursue the next one.